Blake emerge out of the middle of the track. He's going to have a go at.
Hey trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXT Track Time. Please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Well, yes, trackies, you saw the title. There were no Jamaican wins, which I have to say, quite surprising, especially when we take a look at the men's 100 meters. And I'll get into that a little bit because I want to kick things off with the women's 100 meters. Now, unfortunately, I don't want to really say tragedy because it really sounds so bad when I say that word, but yeah, we did pick up an injury, and by we I mean Jamaica. We did pick up an injury through Shelly-Ann in the women's A final of the 100 meters. So midway down, Shashali picked up an injury, was unable to finish. Now, what I saw happening, it did look like somebody helped her off the track, but just helped her to the side. She was over there looking like she was, overcome with emotions. Looked like she was crying a bit, and then she was trying to struggle to help herself off the track.
11.15.
I'd like to see somebody help her all the way off the track.
And she was visibly in a lot of pain. So I didn't really enjoy seeing that. And I was kind of wondering what was going on. Why wasn't there anybody helping her to make sure that, one, she's not aggravating the injury any worse? Just help her off the track, right? I didn't like what was going on there. So I would love to hear some clarity, what was going on in that particular moment with Sasha Forbes, why there was nobody there helping her. Because my assumption is that they have, people there to assist athletes, in events like this should happen. But anyway, that's what happened to Shelly-Ann Forbes. I'm wishing her a speedy recovery. Luckily, I guess you can look at it from a positive that it's just early season, so hopefully she will have enough time to get back to a good shape so that she can turn up to her trials and compete for a spot on the team. But it's definitely not a good look, so I'm wishing Shelly speedy recovery. No, in that A final, we also had Alana Reid, and she was out there, I believe, in lane 8. Chucky's, I'm just gonna tell you, she didn't look like she was in the race from the get-go, right? I don't know if it's because she was in lane 8, but she just felt like she was disconnected from the race. She just looked like she was running along, not trying to do anything much in the race, and finished well down the pack in 7th in a time of 11.62 seconds. Now, this was done in a negative 0.9 meters per second win. Now, taking the win was Melissa Jefferson, and she ran 11.19 seconds to walk away with the win here in the section A final for the women's 100 meters. Now, going back to section B, we did have a few wins here. I guess if you can count them as wins, right? We had Natasha Morrison walk away with the win here, running 11.4, sorry, 3 seconds in this race. And then there was Tina Clayton, who was finishing second in this race, 11.50 seconds. Yannick Daly was sixth, and she ran 11.86 seconds. Now, this race was ran in a negative 1.2 meters per second win. So the win wasn't as bad as it was in the heats. But trackies, I won't lie. Overall, these times were not giving me what I thought they would give. No, when I think back to my, video, maybe I hyped myself a bit, too much. But I was expecting a 10.9. I won't lie. That's what I said in my video. I believe that the girls could have given us a 10.9. That didn't happen at all. Whether from a USA perspective or Jamaican perspective, we didn't get the type of performances I thought, even when I factor in negative wins. So this was a negative 1.2 versus negative 0.9 for the B final and the A final. Based on these wins, I was still expecting something close to 11 seconds. It didn't really happen. Let's see as the season progresses and they race some more what will happen. But I have to say, just my first initial thoughts, the times are definitely quite underwhelming, even when I factor in the wind. Not sure what was going on there. I heard the commentator saying it's a new track and all. I don't know if it's that. I don't know what it is, but it just wasn't giving what I was hoping it would give. And yeah, so that's it for the women's performances. So overall, now when we looked at the placings based on the times, Natasha was sixth overall with her time of 11.43 seconds, and Tina was seventh overall with her time of 11.50 seconds. So that's how the time finals came down to, with Natasha finishing sixth and Tina finishing seventh. So that's where we stand with the women's 100 meters. Now, moving on over to the men. Now, this is where I thought, okay, we would definitely walk away with a win here, but it wasn't meant to be. Also, it appears in this finals. So, yeah, walking away with the win, interestingly, in the A final was Courtney Lindsay, and he ran a time of 10.28 seconds. Now, it's the same time that Ackeem Blake ran, 10.28 seconds as well. I believe Ackeem has an issue dipping also, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, so he loses out by the thousandths of a second in this particular race. And we also had in this finals, Andre Ewers finishing third with a 10.43. Rohan Watson and Johan Blake were also here. They finished seventh and eighth respectively, running 10.52 seconds, also separated by the thousandths of a second. Now, this race was also running a negative wind, a negative 2.4 meters per second wind. Now, even when I factor in the wind, I will not lie, trackies, I was still expecting a better performance. Even a 10-1 or a 10-0 would have done it for the winner, that is, or for the win, right? I'm not sure what was going on. Again, as I say, if you want to count this as the first race for Ackeem, I don't count it as a first race. I'm expecting him to be warmer because I did see him in 200 meters, did see him run a personal best. So I'm expecting his 100 meters to look a bit better than this. I don't know. Overall, the vibe I'm getting is that the athletes didn't seem to take this race seriously. And I don't want to make it come off like I'm finding excuses for these athletes. But I didn't get the vibe. I didn't get the energy. I didn't get the intensity that you normally get when, these athletes are competing. It seemed as though the intensity was gone left. You know what I mean? That's the vibe I got. Now, in the B final, we had Michael Campbell here, and he finished 8th, running 10.94 seconds. And this was on a negative 2.6 meters per second wind. So you can clearly see, track is based on the performances, that it didn't really live up to expectations. Whilst I was not expecting anything wild, this is well below what I was expecting these guys to do. As I've said in my previous videos, for me, Ackeem Blake is looking to, mix things up with the likes of a Fred Curley, a Noah Lyles, Christian Coleman, those type of guys. And when I think about how Fred Curley came out, 10.0 low, right? I was expecting Ackeem Blake, even if you factor in win, to be maybe like a 10.10, the highest, right? Based on his caliber, you would say. So this is not what I was looking for from an Ackeem Blake. I'll just be honest, straightforward. But again, it's still early season, so a lot of growth is there to happen for the rest of the season as well. Rohan Watson seemed a shadow of himself, right? So I'm not really seeing what I was expecting to see from these athletes. I don't know what kind of training day they had the day before or training week they had the day before, but everybody just felt lethargic to me, like they weren't in it. You know what I mean, Tracky? So yeah, that's my thoughts. That's my opinion on the 100 meters. Now it's time for you to sound off in the comment section below. I don't want none of y'all bashing me and saying me, oh, you hype them up, blah, blah, blah. I'll forever hype the athletes up. I'll always, expect great performances. But yeah, this I can definitely be honest and say it didn't give me what I was hoping it would give. Just the intensity felt like it was missing. I'm not sure why, but you all can tell me in the comment section, as I said, in down below what you thought. Was it within your expectations? What did you think about the times overall? Even when you factor in the wind, what did you think about the performances? As I say, and don't hesitate, Trackies, to like the video as well and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.